dad was just of that generation, where it's just like, he was Clint Eastwood, less is more. Simple grunts is how he communicated.
Okay, gotcha.
Ryan Reynolds never anticipated that a simple brainstorming session with his longtime friend and co-star Hugh Jackman would escalate into an emergency meeting with their legal teams. The issue? Filing a bold countersuit against Justin Baldoni for allegedly leaking the newest Deadpool script. Reynolds had faced corporate disputes in the past, particularly after Disney's acquisition of Fox, but this was different. This situation jeopardized not just his red and black anti-hero, but also his bond with Jackman over their legendary roles. The turmoil started when Baldoni was accused of leaking Deadpool's upcoming storyline. Documents highlighting the aftermath revealed the magnitude of the disruption. The decision to countersue wasn't just driven by anger, but by a strategic move to safeguard the franchise's creative future. Industry rumors linked Baldoni to a secret Marvel project, initially dismissed as typical Hollywood gossip. Reynolds, used to constant speculation about cameos and spin-offs, wasn't alarmed until Baldoni's cryptic social media posts suggested he had access to new Deadpool content. Fans were shocked, questioning how Baldoni, known for heartfelt dramas, could encroach on the gritty, comedic world led by Reynolds. The stakes rose when fans speculated that Baldoni not only had the script, but might also be leaking major plot points. This cast uncertainty over the carefully planned direction of the next Deadpool movie. Adding to the drama was Jackman's involvement. Fans were already thrilled by his return to the X-Men universe, but seeing him entangled in a legal dispute only added to the intrigue.
About a month ago, this really hit home with me too. About a month ago, I was sitting in traffic and I was just like jamming These Dreams by heart. I was killing it in the car. And there was just this busload of high school kids that were parked right beside me. I didn't even realize. I looked over and every one of their jaws were just on the ground, laughing their friggin' guts out at me.
Ever since Hugh Jackman's cameo in Deadpool 3 was teased through humorous online clips, fans were eager to see the dynamic duo on screen. Beyond the laughs, Jackman was deeply invested in the film's success. Wolverine, a character he had once thought of retiring, now symbolized a fresh take on bold R-rated storytelling. When Baldoni's alleged script leaks suggested a more sanitized and inspirational tone, Jackman's frustration grew, solidifying his alliance with Reynolds to protect the film's rebellious spirit. News of the countersuit surfaced as Disney grappled with questions about Deadpool's place in the family-oriented Marvel Cinematic Universe. Disney CEO Bob Iger had acknowledged that Deadpool's unique humor and meta-style required special treatment. Fans of the original Deadpool films argued that their success stemmed from raw comedic violence that stood apart from conventional superhero fare. However, with an escalating budget and potential Marvel crossovers, Disney faced a delicate balancing act. The countersuit wasn't just about the script leak, it amplified the stakes. Reynolds and Jackman believed Baldoni's actions caused both creative and financial harm. While studios often opted for quiet settlements, the two stars chose to address Baldoni's actions publicly, drawing Hollywood's attention. Fans speculated how Baldoni gained access to a script that was supposed to be tightly guarded. Rumors swirled that he had exploited obscure contractual loopholes. The countersuit alleged Baldoni had no right to share the details, which threatened the film's creative direction.
Well, that is also accurate and weirdly high praise as well. It was just one of those, it felt like a live-action Pixar movie. It was something that, I wanted to do something where nobody was being stabbed in the face.
Yes.
There was almost no blood at all. I think I got a little paper cut in the movie. That was about it. And something that my kids can watch, but also as a parent, too, you want the parents need to get punched right in the heart.
Determined to preserve Deadpool's signature irreverence, Reynolds and Jackman pressed forward with their countersuit. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni took to social media, defending his actions as a push for creative transparency. He argued that the leaked material hinted at a direction that could broaden the franchise's emotional range. Fans familiar with Baldoni's work in heartfelt dramas weren't surprised by his stance, but his vision clashed with Reynolds and Jackman's belief that Deadpool's edgy humor was non-negotiable. While Baldoni saw his actions as adding depth, the countersuit painted them as unwarranted interference in creative decisions. At Disney, the script leak prompted internal panic. Initially dismissed as speculation, the rumors gained traction, forcing executives to assess the impact on production timelines. If Baldoni faced legal proceedings, it could delay any role he might play in the film. Worse, the controversy threatened to overshadow the project's development. Inside Disney, opinions were divided. Some argued that the countersuit brought more attention to the leaked details, while others feared ignoring the issue would set a dangerous precedent. Hugh Jackman's involvement added complexity. Fans, who had emotionally bid farewell to Wolverine in Logan, were overjoyed by his return alongside Deadpool. However, the leaked script hinted at tonal shifts, including a moral debate between Wolverine and Deadpool, which deviated from the expected comedic chaos. While emotional depth wasn't unwelcome, fans cherished the sharp banter and comedic rivalry that defined the pair.
I would say that they're more surprises because they have beginnings, middles, and ends. They're not like, it's not just like a, hey, there's the person and we move on. It's they're there for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said it just earlier, but I wanted to go back on that. You think that this might be the greatest film that you've...
I mean, look, most of the time when the movie is this much fun to make, you out bad.
Legal analysts speculated that if Reynolds and Jackman won their case, it might discourage future leaks in Hollywood, a space often clouded by rumors and grey areas. Others warned that the countersuit could inadvertently elevate Baldoni's profile, portraying him as a champion of creative freedom. Marketing teams worried about how the legal battle might detract from the movie itself, shifting the focus to behind-the-scenes drama. Interestingly, some fans theorized that Reynolds might turn the lawsuit into meta-humor for a future Deadpool film. The idea of Deadpool and Wolverine mocking the bizarre legal battle on screen amused many, but Disney's legal team refrained from public jokes to avoid complicating the case. Despite the tension, Reynolds and Jackman's unified stance drew admiration from industry insiders. Reynolds, who had fought for an R-rated Deadpool at Fox, was once again defending the character's identity, this time from external interference. The countersuit wasn't just a legal strategy, it was a statement to protect the franchise's integrity. Overseas, international markets followed the story closely. While some regions preferred toned-down humor, fans worldwide agreed that Deadpool's irreverence was key to its appeal. A more sanitized version might attract broader approval, but risked alienating core fans. A gamble Reynolds and Jackman weren't willing to take.
And I'm really excited. But as I've gotten a little bit older, I sort of want to. Really, I'm lucky that I get to work in this industry, and particularly incredibly fortunate that I get to work in it this long. But I really want to work with people that are either immensely talented or people that I love and that I'm genuinely like best friends with. And unfortunately, Hugh does not qualify as either of those. But I am excited because I'm a Logan fan. So. And then, that covers Will Ferrell as well. That's a guy that my entire life.
Would Deadpool still be the same if its comedic chaos was toned down to appease global censors? Reynolds and Jackman didn't think so, and they saw Baldoni's actions as a direct threat to the film's essence. As the legal drama unfolded, insiders speculated on potential outcomes. Some believed Baldoni might settle quickly to avoid prolonged litigation, while others thought the case could delay production. Rumors hinted at a partial resolution, where Baldoni might retract his claims, leaving creative control with Reynolds. Jackman and Marvel fans hoped that the beloved dynamic between Deadpool and Wolverine would survive the turmoil. Though the franchise had weathered controversies before, from ratings debates to studio clashes, this marked the first time a third party claimed influence over the script. the irony wasn't lost on fans. Deadpool's journey from a leaked test reel to a global phenomenon thrived on chaos. Reynolds, known for his witty social media presence, reassured fans that Deadpool's madness would remain intact. Jackman, more reserved, joked on a red carpet that Wolverine had no patience for interference. Behind the scenes, the creative team worked tirelessly to refine the script, ensuring the final product would surprise audiences despite the leaks.
My relationship with my father, which was very complicated and difficult. My dad was a very, I come from a middle class, kind of blue collar home, and my dad was just of that generation where it's just like, he was Clint Eastwood, less is more. Simple grunts is how he communicated.
Okay, gotcha.
I think people tell themselves stories, and this sort of comes back to your worldview that you just mentioned about.
Marvel and Disney had a history of turning controversies into clever marketing campaigns, but this situation required caution. If the lawsuit ended in Reynolds and Jackman's favor, it could be spun as a victory for creative integrity, generating excitement for a film that stayed true to its roots. However, a prolonged legal battle risked overshadowing the production and fueling endless speculation. Baldoni's future with Marvel also hung in the balance. A successful countersuit might limit his involvement in future projects, leaving Disney with tough decisions about whether to sever ties or rebuild bridges. Ultimately, the countersuit underscored Reynolds and Jackman's commitment to preserving Deadpool's identity. While some fans worried that Disney's influence might dilute the franchise, this legal battle introduced a new concern: external interference from someone claiming a better vision. The case symbolized the duo's determination to protect the humor, chaos, and meta-commentary that made Deadpool a global icon. Whether resolved through a settlement, retraction, or prolonged litigation, the countersuit would likely become part of the franchise's legacy and perhaps even its narrative. Fans could imagine Deadpool breaking the fourth wall to joke about it in the future. But for now, Reynolds and Jackman stood united, ensuring the wisecracks, action, and irreverence remained unapologetically intact.